Hi, I'm Roger Montgomery from Montgomery Investment Management, and welcome to this week's Video Insight. I was fortunate last week to have lunch with Harvey from Harvey Norman. And throughout lunch, the discussion obviously turned to retailing, not just as they relate to Harvey Norman. Retailing in Australia is being disrupted by the online phenomena. It's a phenomena for consumers and it's an epidemic for some retailers. In Australia, according to PricewaterhouseCoopers' latest report, about $240 to $250 billion of sales is in the retail sector, and just 6%, or roughly $14 billion, is online. Now, the PricewaterhouseCoopers report predicts that by 2016, that will rise to about $27 billion. But here's the interesting point. The greatest disruption is occurring to those supplying electronics and, according to the research, books as well as music. So a large proportion of the disruption to retail from the online phenomenon is in these smaller priced items. And this is the point Harvey made at lunch. He said it doesn't matter how much money he throws at the online offer, it doesn't matter how much promotion of the online offer he puts into the effort, it represents a very small proportion of the Harvey Norman Group sales. And it caused me to think about that. Would I buy a fridge online? Would I buy a mattress, a new bed online? Would I buy a lounge suite online? And the answer is probably not. What about you? I'd be delighted to hear what you think. The disruption for retailers for large, bulky goods, of course, comes from the price comparison that people make when they go into a store. But they will still go into the store first. If the pricing can be competitive, well, that's one solution for the retailers. But here's how I think they're going to come back. And here's what Gerry suggested. The way they'll come back is by saying to Panasonic or Samsung or LG or whoever the supplier is of the particular product, if you want us to stock 15,000 of your televisions or 20,000 of these fridges, well, you can't offer them to online price disruptors. You can't offer them to online providers who have no shop presence. This could be one way that retailers could come back and push back to the suppliers and to the manufacturers to say, well, we want to maintain margin, and if you want us to sell your product, we need to make a profit out of it. We'll see whether or not it works, and I'll be delighted to hear whether or not you think it will. The reality is that internet shopping seems to be growing, and it's growing in the smaller priced categories. There's also the overseas issue, but that represents just 2% of Australian retail sales. So maybe it's a storm in a teacup. I'll be interested in hearing your thoughts, and I look forward to hearing them either here at the blog, on Facebook, or on Twitter. I look forward to seeing you next week.